I'm making Mexican pancakes for breakfast today. It's all from scratch, and so I'm gonna show you the ingredients. Flour, milk, butter, and baking powder, some salt, sugar, put the sugar here, sugar, and vanilla. That's all that. So I'm gonna start by putting in the flour. And 2 cups of flour. One. 2. So my son came to say breakfast is ready, huh? Next, I'm adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, and half a cup of sugar. These are meant to be sweet, very sweet. They're called sweet Mexican pancakes. That's why they take a lot of sugar. So half a cup of sugar. Make sure it's the full half. Okay, now I'm adding the salt. And it's just 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. One-fourth of a teaspoon. And that's all the dry ingredients. Let's mix them well here, just to make sure that everything is mixed well before I add the wet ingredients. Okay. So it asks for 2 tablespoons of melted butter. 1, 2. I'm gonna put my butter to melt. And my wood's still here. And while I'm waiting for the butter to melt, I'm gonna add the milk. The recipe calls for 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk. I'm sorry, but sometimes it depends on your kind of flour. You might need, if you don't want it too thick, you might need a little bit, add a little bit more milk. It's just, yeah, sometimes it varies depending on the flour, and I think the weather affects it too, whether if it is too humid or too dry. So I usually end up adding a little bit more milk, and then the cup of you asked for. So yeah. Trying to melt the butter. So, okay, my butter is all melted. So I'm just gonna add it to A little. Okay. So I'm just gonna mix mix all the ingredients until I get a nice butter. Not too thick. Well, it is supposed to be thick, but not so thick that you can scoop it out. It's just mix it and I'll show you when I'm done. So I'm done mixing it. I think this is the way I'm gonna leave it. This is I ended up actually adding 1.5 cups of milk. The recipe when I originally found it a while ago, it said 1 cup of milk, but there were so the butter was still thick, but just 1 cup. So I started adding a little bit more, and it turns out that with 1.5 cups of milk, it's turns out good the way I like it. So now I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. One, 2. So now I'm just gonna mix in the vanilla, and that will be ready to start. I've already have my griddle heating up there. So as soon as this vanilla is incorporated, and I can start making them. So okay, I'm just gonna get my whisker out, and because the butter is quite thick, I like to use this ice cream scooper to scoop the butter in. And see if I can get the camera closer where you can see better. So I'm gonna use some of the butter I had left over. So you can see it's quite hot. I'm just gonna scoop it. Just 1 scoop per pancake. It's a lot easier. Just grab the see how you can see. I can fit 6 of them. Now it's just time to flip it. Flip them. So you can show. Now looking. So, okay. I'll just lose one here. Yeah, like this is ready. See, I'm making them in the wood stove, so it varies how they cook. Where it's hotter, they get get ready sooner, and so I had to kind of flip them or else I was bored. I'm gonna switch them around, but this is how they look when they're done. And they taste very good. They taste nice and sweet. You don't even need maple syrup with them. Just a glass of milk. And get the rest of them out before they burn, so they're nice and fluffy, and yeah, they look. Let's put them here. It's easy to see because I'm just doing it with one hand, so. Yes. Gonna make the rest and then call the children for breakfast. And this is how they look. It's the one I already got. They're nice and fluffy. It tastes real good. I was able to make 11 pancakes with 2 cups of flour, so almost a dozen. And yeah, you can double the batch, or yeah, just 4 cups, and then you'll get more, depending on the size of your family. You know, these pancakes remind me of gorditas de leche. There's some kind of bread, Mexican bread that is made that is sweet, and it's so this remind me of them, and I like them, and that's my children's favorite. And you can just like I said, they're nice and sweet. You don't need to use maple syrup if you don't want to. Of course, if you want to, you can add maple syrup and fruit on the top, and yeah, just garnish them whatever you want. And I just prefer just like them like this, and with a cup of milk. Just got some, just have some milk, and I can finish. I can finish that when I already start eating. Okay, good, just like that. I'm gonna be making some eggs too, because there's the pancakes, although they're very good, not enough nutrition for, especially for the children. So we have plenty of eggs, so I'll be making some eggs to have a full breakfast. The eggs are ready. Just gonna fix a plate. Here, a plate here. A little bit of fruit, the pancakes, and some eggs with a little bit of pepper. You can just, like I said, I don't usually use maple syrup with this, although we have our own that we make here in our homestead. But I just enjoy it like that. And now it's time to call the children for breakfast.